So and I want to thank the work that has been already done and the work that will be done in the future by the members of the scientific committee, because they're essential and they will be instrumental. I want to start by just thanking all these different sponsors that made today's possible, this conference, especially the CRE, the CRI, because we've been having a wonderful venue. I think we've been very comfortable and everything worked nicely, and we didn't know how these breakout sessions and all these things will be working, but I think it was stimulating to start up this conference different to the usual conferences in which you basically sit and listen, and here the first thing that we ask you is to speak up, which is different. And I think by doing this you feel more engaged in what we are discussing, and you feel that you are participating and you're really providing your points of view, and in the form of different messages, in the form of different summaries. Remember what Hervé said at the very beginning this morning. One of the words he stressed in the morning was inclusivity. So we really want to hear everyone, and we really want to hear all the different stakeholders. We also realize we're not alone here. We also realize that we have our friends and colleagues in the US, Genome Writers Guild, and also our Japanese friends that they came from a long way, and there are other societies that they're going towards similar goals. And I think it is our duty now that we know each other, that we have already interacted, to further establish this coordination and further work together and go hand by hand. And I don't know about you, but I really learned a lot throughout the day. And I think the plenary sessions and the round table, they were just excellent, because I think they provided in a very condensed and digestible way, an understandable way, where we are at the moment with these techniques, which often is very difficult, because as Gaetan just said just a few seconds ago, this is moving so fast that sometimes you don't know where you are. We're moving so fast that we've been able even to commit and realize about some mistakes, and we can learn from mistakes. And we had, instead of hiding and putting these mistakes under the carpet, we have the person here from this company telling us about this mistake, telling about how they will deal in the future, how they will react, and etc. I don't know about you, but that's the first time I hear a company stating this, and that's the first time I see one of these persons, a CSO from a company, just facing this and explaining in a way that we could all understand. So I thank you once again, Dan, for coming and for taking the opportunity to explain this here. So in overall, I think we've seen that we're living in a complex world. Things that might be working in Europe might not be the same for Africa. Africa have a very specific set of needs. Our delegate from Gabon, Ayola, he was very clear about what the needs are in Africa. And sometimes we're stuck in these risks and limitations. And at the same time, while we're discussing this, the people dying from malaria there. So we need to move on, and we need to make this happening. Same goes for patients. So there is a great hope from patients, and we had some cases in which some successful cases. So, and I think according to what is coming, I think there's going to be a big wave of new developments that will come. Gene drive as well. I think we had an excellent summary from Tony presenting the potentials of the techniques, that what would be some of these problems that he and others they will have to face, but definitely this is something we'll have to pay attention. So I'm just glad that we decided to put together this association, and every time we meet, every time we shared all this knowledge together, I'm convinced that we did a great thing, and we did a good thing by just on the top of everything of what we do. We're all busy people. You are all busy people. So we decided to spend one day here in Paris to discuss about where we're going regarding genome editing and what can we help to make this a much better world. So thank you all for coming to this second annual ARRIGE meeting. That will be future meetings coming. Hervé already announced there will be a meeting focused on gene drives and other tropical disease in Vienna. I think it's in January, and we will be announcing this, and there will be other opportunities for you to interact. As you probably heard, with the help of Cyril, we will be launching a new website where we will hope there will be some spaces for you to interact and for the members to discuss more easily in a more comfortable and direct way. So safe travels, everyone, and I hope to see you next year. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming.